Y'all, I promise you I'll be trying to go live and things don't always go the way I want them to go. But hey, it is what it is. um, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. My energy told me to talk about Oshun. She wants to be heard, she wants to be seen, she wants to be acknowledged. She wants you all to know who she is. And I'm saying Oshun, but it's also Het Heru. And Het Heru is my IO. IO is incarnation objective. If you are not familiar with that in Kemetic spirituality. So I was laying in the bed last night. Well, this morning. I ain't gonna say last night. I was laying in bed this morning when I woke up and grand rising, whatever y'all want to say. I don't even care no more. When I just got up, when I opened my eyes. And when the English language, I'm just gonna tell y'all, for anything in the English language, there is a complete fuckery. Okay, so I can't even just take one word and change it. We just have to go through and swipe the whole goddamn thing. So I just keep on saying it. So whatever you all want to say, rise and morning, good day, great day, whatever, because the whole English language is a piece of shit. But anyway, so I'm laying in the bed, and you know how you're in that middle state where you're still asleep but you're awoke. And the energy was calling me and was telling me to talk about the tree, the Net root, to talk about the tree of life, to talk about the Kemetic tree, and to start at Gab and then go to Aset and talk about how Aset is connected to Het Heru and Sebek. And we just came out of the Sebek season, and now we're in the Het Heru season. And a lot of people may not be familiar with Het Heru. A lot of you all know Oshun, Het Heru, same thing. Tomato, tomato, they're the same energy. And when we talk about these energies, we're really talking about psyches within each of us, not just female, not just male, but they're seen and personified as this feminine energy. So they have these qualities as a woman when we see them because it is a feminine yin energy. And we have you will also see the yin and yang in the Kemetic spirituality in the tree of life in the Net Heru. And all of the psyches of the tree are all interconnected, but you may have one specific psyche that is your incarnation objective. And when I say incarnation objective, some people may not be familiar with that term as well. So I'm going to break that down too. The incarnation objective is what you are here specifically to work on, to cultivate, to stand in, to live in, to acknowledge, and to know, and to be that. Okay, to fully embrace. But we're here to ascend to Asar. We're here to ascend to our God nature, to our Godhead, the highest that we're supposed to be. Some people may say they're oversoul, their highest self. You're Asar, you're ascending to Asar, okay? But you may have this incarnation objective, what your focus is. It's just like, when you go to college. And of course, they'll have you taking all these general education courses, but your degree, your focus is in physics, or your focus may be in English or biology. That's your focus. That's what you're there for. But it's not like while you're there, you're also going to learn other subjects and master and know how those subjects are also connected to your major. Right. And that's kind of a little bit about how your incarnation objective works and what your incarnation objective actually is. And I'm a cold. And as y'all can see, I am a full Oshun Het Heru woman. And Het Heru has been calling me, y'all. um, to get prepared for this season in March. And I would say when spring hit, when March 20th hit, the night before, I think March 20th hit on that Sunday. The night before on March the 19th, clean my space. I clean and set up my Het Heru altar with her pink and her yellows and her green. Everything. I even found this. I went to the conjure store here and I saw the Nesh, and it was the yellows, it was the green, the golds, the pinks, all of that called out to me. And of course, I have on my pink, I have on my pink top, I have on my pink jogging pants. I'm drinking out of my green queen bee mug this morning, having my ginger tea with honey. That is, the honey is definitely an Oshun Het Heru, one of her foods or seasons, whatever you want to call it. What is a honey, an additive? I don't know. But anyway, that is part of it. So I'm gonna go into kind of giving you all, for those people who may be new in this spiritual walk, or not even new. You may just be on your own spiritual path, and now you're on this path, and your incarnation objective may be something different. You could be Tahuti, you could be Sebek, you may have Sekert or Harukahuti, but for whatever reason, now you've been drawn to Oshun, you've been drawn to Het Heru. You want more information about what is this energy. All right. And like I said before, my incarnation objective is Het Heru. And Het Heru first came to me on my spiritual walk about 7 years ago. When I was aware, I would say when I was full aware. And I was on YouTube and I was looking up Oshun. I just wanted to look up, Oshun. I was like, I want to know what this Oshun is. What is this Oshun? And so I looked it up and I was drawn to Chief. And Chief is a spiritual teacher. And he was going through who Oshun was, the Oshun energy. And I was like, okay. And then I was able to talk to some priests in the Sarset Society, and one of the priests, he did my incarnation objective with the Metal Netter cards, and he received Het Heru. And in the Sarset Society, you also get an I Ching reading. You get a Metal Netter incarnation objective reading. You also get an I Ching reading. And then I also went to another priest in the Sarset Society. I don't know why I did this twice. And he gave me the same reading. It was Het Heru. All right. And then 3 times a charm, right? So then I was at the temple because I also practice Taoism. Pieces. I was at the temple. I also practiced Taoism. And I had the temple master do my incarnation objective, and he got Het Heru. So I got Het Heru 3 times in my reading from 3 different people. So I'm just like, okay, hands down, my incarnation objective is Het Heru. And she comes to me very, very strong. And because this is her season, she is not playing around. Like, she like, hey, wake up. Hey, the birds is chirping, the flowers about to come out and bloom. It is time for me to shine. And this is what is going on. So before I get deep into it, because she had me excited, I get pumped up with this Het Heru energy. This Oshun energy pumps me up because it's my IO, and I love it. But before I go into what a lot of people like to talk about is the physicalities of Oshun and Het Heru and all the I would say the ego types of things. I want to give you some groundwork, some information about Het Heru and the tree. So with the tree of life, we start down at Geb. All right. Geb is us dropping down into this reality, dropping down into this earth plane. It is the earth. It is the foundation of where we are. That how was yesterday. Wake up. Yeah, wake up. When we drop down into this physical earth plane as physical beings, that's Geb. Geb is this dense matter energy. Okay, we come from no thing into something, and from the Wu way into Geb, into matter. That's Geb. From Geb, we go into the mother. That is Aset. Aset is the mother. She's the nurturing. Some people call it Yemiya, or she is the mothering nature, the deep waters. So I want you all to understand all of this is on the mind, on the person in your subconscious mind. These are psyches of the mind. So I don't want people to think these are real people and all of that, these energies. This is you, talking about you. So the deep transformative waters of the subconscious mind, that is Aset, is nurturing and is transformative. Okay, just like in the womb of a female, she can create, she can nurture, she can mother, she brings forth things. Okay, she doing the Aset cycle or season or moon cycle, you'll see yourself maybe have these deep transformative dreams. You go deep in the dream state, and you can go into deep meditation with Aset and transform things in your life. That is Aset. Now, the two branches that go out from Aset, just think about, here we have Geb. Geb stands alone. That's earth. That's dense matter. Above Geb, this is Geb. This is Aset. This is the mother. All right. That is that deep, nurturing, mothering energy. All right. Those deep waters of the subconscious mind that you can go into to transform and change your life. Okay. From there, you split out. Think about this tree. Now, from Aset, you split out. On one side, you have Het Heru. On the other side, you have Sebek. Some people say Oshun. Some people say Papa Legba or Oshun. He has different names. The trickster, the fox, Brer Rabbit. All right, this is Sebek. And we have Het Heru, Oshun. All right, that energy over here. These are psyches. So when I woke up this morning, Het Heru, she talking to me. She telling me, like, go through the tree. Talk to them about the tree. They need to know about the partner Heru. They need to know about the Kemetic spirituality tree of life, and explain it to them where they'll understand it, where it's not going past people's head, just to give it to you in layman's terms so you can visualize and this tree of life, this is psyches in you. This is in your brain. These are energies that you hold, male to female. I don't care what your gender is or whatever. All of us have these energies working within us. So talk to you about Geb, Aset, Sebek. We just came out of Sebek's cycle. Sebek is the opener of the way, the crossroads. He brings you to the crossroads of yourself, for you to see into you on where you need to go and the direction you need to go into your life. But there can be a trickster in that, because sometimes we're holding on to ego. We're holding on to material things, and we're looking outside and we're not really looking within. And it can be tricky, and you may not know which way to go. Sebek's colors are black and red. It is trickster. It's also left brain. He's analytical. It's logic. It's a lot of the trans. See, when Aset, and we can take Aset and go into Sebek, and that's what we see a lot of channeling on TV, a lot of media, a lot of news, a lot of people talking about Will slapping Chris and all of that. They're using that trans energy and that Sebek to get you out to think, but they're also using Het Heru. We're going to get to that too. So here we have that Aset. We're in trance. we're doing a trans work, okay? And we normally, as children, we're in trans anyway. We're always in trans state as children. And those are the transformative years that people say from 0 to 8 years of age that we go into trans. And that's why some things are so deep-seated in our minds from children. If it's trauma, if it's happy days, if it's pain, or whatever you endured and had happened to you as a child, that's when you were in your Aset phase. You were in deep trans work. A lot of things were dropping in those deep water subconscious that you may not be able to shake without going back into meditation or going back under hypnotherapy to release that. And it's connected to logic, sebek. That's why they send us to school. School is sebek. Learning, ABCs, academia, degrees, all of that is using that left side, that masculine side of the brain. But it's also the trickster. It's also the crossroads, all right? He's also the opener of the way. When I say opener of the way, things will be revealed and open for you to go through into it, for things to happen for you. He will open the way. So even when you are, if you ever are a part of a ceremony, I would say maybe a Yoruba ceremony or Kemetic spirituality ceremony, most ceremonies, spiritual ceremonies, they first give reverence and order and invoke the energy. That's what I want to say. They will invoke the energy of Sebek. They invoke the energy of Oshun so he can open the way, okay? Because you're in trance. Now you need the way to be open so you can do what? You can visualize, you can imagine, so you can be able to manifest. And that is Oshun. That is Het Heru, baby. That's Het Heru over here, y'all. That's me. That's my boo. That's it, right? So we got Gail. We drop down. We're in this physical plane, right? From Gail, we have Aset. We're in deep trance. It's the deep waters of our subconscious mind. From there, we have logic. We have analytics. We have the opener of the way, Sebek, Eshu, Papalegba. Okay, he's opening the way. He's opening the way for you to do what? Visualize. Go into deep meditation of imagination, but you're also putting emotions with it. Het Heru is all, she's emotion, she's love, she's romance, she's all things sensual. She's heart. She's the heart chakra. She's like invoking all of those sensual, feminine energy that gets you to bend to her will. But she knows how to subtly use that energy, and along with that setback, opening the way to bring in what she wants to manifest, and then it just sprouts up. So her colors, we talked about setback colors. It's red and black. It's really starch, like dark colors, red and black together. Okay, and you'll even see in ceremonies, if you look at TV and they have these awards, some of these music, well, I don't even look at them as Billboard Awards or BET Awards, whatever. And sometimes they set the stage with red and black. Or you'll see a lot of the puppets that's doing a lot of work that people may call, in a cult, or the occult information that they're utilizing. They use the colors red and black, because colors also invoke an energy within your body and your organs. The organs are connected to a frequency. Organ frequency. The colors are also a frequency. All right, so they connect to that, and they know to use that as part of putting you in trance with the frequency of the music, and then using those colors. And then they use Het Heru and use the imagery and all the movements and the dance to elicit a manifestation within you. But you have to understand how to use this. And they'll call this the low part of the tree. All right, this is the low part of the tree. Okay. You have, the mother, Aset, then you have Sebek, and you have Het Heru. All right. And Het Heru colors, pink, yellow, green. You'll see, you go back in my videos. I wear a lot of pink. I love pink lipstick. I like pink clothes. I got on pink shirt right now, pink pants. I like yellow. I have yellow blankets all around the house. Pink is my favorite color. When I was little, my father painted my room pink. I said, I want my room pink. He painted pink. I had no clue about Oshun energy or Het Heru, but it was my incarnation objective. So I've always worked in that energy. So that is the Het Heru. So if you're, someone who visualizes and manifests things, if you think about it and it just comes, if you put energy and emotion into it, that's that Oshun energy. If you're very sensual in nature, and it's not like you try to be, it's just you're sensual. That's just who you are. You may have a sensual, sexual energy about yourself. You may be very romantic, or you may like the springtime. You may like flowers and the aromas of cinnamon, and you like honey and all of these things. That's the Oshun energy. She is the sweet waters, okay? Aset is the deep waters. Oshun Het Heru is the sweet waters. It's the sweet energy, all right? She's everything sensual, lively. Spring is beautiful because it's springtime. And as you see on the picture that I put on here as part of the media that you'll see on this video is the picture of Oshun. Like in the Metanetter, this is the picture of Oshun. I mean, Het Heru. I call them the same thing. Het Heru. She has the cow horns, and then she has the sun that sits on her head, on her crown. She has this thick black hair, and she has on green and orange, and she's smelling like this flower. So she's letting you know that she loves everything that has to do with scents and smells and emotions, and evoking this energy, because that energy brings forth a type of manifestation. Right, so I get really excited about that. So coupling those two together, of course, we're getting ready to go one more step further. I'm not going to go all the way up the tree, but we're going to go one more step further. So we're dropped down here in Geb, in this physical plane. Boop. Right above that, in our first formative years, we're in the Aset phase, all right? Everything that's formulating our character of who we are, being around our parents or our grandparents, whoever raised us, our cousins, our siblings, being at school, all of that, watching the TV shows we watch, all of that is causing us to be in this trance state. We're in trance. So how we treat people, how we like, what we dislike, food we like to eat, what we don't like to eat, that's trance, okay? Then from there, we go to school, right? Most of us start school 4 or 5 years old. We're learning academic. We're going left brain. It takes us from this trance state into this left brain thought process, this red and black, that Papa Leg by that Eshu, that Sebek nature, okay? But from there, guess what? When we're little, we still have an imagination. We play pretend, and we have dolls, and we have, G.I. Joes, or whatever it is. And we play fight, and we play house, and we play all of this. And we've coupled all of that in this trance state to bring about Heru. All right? The hero, Heru. All right? Het Heru. Even let's break down Het Heru. Het means house. So Het Heru is the house of Heru. She's getting ready to bring forth, to couple with these lower energies of this tree, this Patnet Heru tree of life and Kemetic spirituality, to bring forth Heru, the shining star, the one that's going to bring forth and help you to go through all the rest of the psyches in your mind. Heru Kahuti, Ma'at, Tahuti, Sekert. All right. So all of these different parts of the tree to rise to your highest self, to Asar. But you going from Aset to Sebek, and you bring that in, and then you going into your Heru. You become Heru, because you just was in the house of Heru. You in Heru house. We in Heru house right now, y'all. Het Heru, Heru's house. We in his house. So if we in Heru's house, then all we have to do is use Heru's house. We look around. We imagine. We visualize. We smell the flower. You'll see us smelling the flower. You feel the energy. You're able to bring in that emotion. But knowing how to couple that emotion with that Eshu and that setback energy to bring forth Heru, or bring forth that manifestation of what you want to go forth in your life and how you want to ascend to your highest self, how you want to ascend to Asar. So this is Heru, and I'm getting out of saying cycle, because I know people will say cycle, and we're in this cycle and we're going through this moon cycle. And I'm just getting, my spirit told me to stop saying cycle. Like, because when you say cycle, immediately your mind visualize, whether you want to or not, you think about going round and round and round. That's a goddamn cycle, ain't it? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm done with the back and forth. I don't want to say cycle anymore. I'm breaking out of cycles. We cannot say we breaking out of cycles and we still saying, oh, we going into this cycle. But hell, how you going to break out a cycle and then we in the moon cycle? How you going to break out a cycle and then you in this cycle? No, we're in the energy of. I'm in the energy of Het Heru right now. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm in this thing. Somebody asked me, well, which cycle do I need to take mushrooms with? Baby, listen to your inward voice and let the energy of take you to when you need to ingest them. These cycles, now y'all can have, I can't say it no more. They just tell me, and I know the English language is fucked up, which I already said before, but it's told me, don't say cycles. I just can't. Just like some people can't say good morning. Some people have to say grand rising and all of that. I don't care about that, but I can't say cycles no more because it's keeping me in a cycle. It's saying if you're saying cycle, it's going to keep you in this loop. So I'm thinking of breaking out of this loop and out of the chains of the loop. And what I'm doing is taking myself up this tree so I can ascend to Asar, and it's breaking all of this, because the cycle's really here. The cycle is the pioneer. The cycle is here. Activating that melanin will release all of that, and you'll know who you are, and you can ascend, because the cycle is here. Because when we were dropped down in Gab, we went into trance and said it and Het Heru, right? So I can't say that no more. I'm saying we're in the energy of. We are in the energy of Het Heru. We're in the house. Het, we're in the house of. Het means house. We're in the house of Heru. So in this house, we can imagine, we can visualize, we can use that sensual energy, that womanly, sensual, feminine energy to cultivate and bring forth those things. So now those colors, like I said before, colors bring a certain emotion, because they're a certain frequency, and the certain frequency is a certain note that matches up with your organs. Your organs are frequency, are notes, okay? So that's why they'll say pink candle or yellow candle, all right? Or green candle. Also, aromas and scents that you all should use. And if you don't have the Metal Nectar book, I highly suggest. Ron Nefer Ahmed has done the work. He's put in this energy into this book and this information into this book. The man is an absolute genius and a master of our times in Kemetic spirituality, and the I Ching. He is, by far, I don't know anybody who has done anything else like this during our time that is still living. All right. A Black man that's still living, that has wrote countless books. And the Metal Nectar, METUNETR, okay? Nectar, Metal Nectar. If you don't have the Metal Nectar, you need to order it. Go to your, Black bookstore, go online, order it. Go on Asar Set Society, order it through them, and have it shipped to you. Or if you have an Asar Set Society near you, you can go to their bookstore and purchase it, and then get you some Metal Nectar cards, and definitely start to utilize what energy this Black man of our time started over 45 years ago, and it still holds true. And Het Heru energy is my IO, and you can do your own reading and find out who is your incarnation. What's your incarnation objective? What is your focus? What is your major in the school? This Earth school. What's your major? Do you know your major? This is school. You need to know your major in school so you can know how to maneuver and how to first master your major. So, like I told you all before, my major is Het Heru. So I've had to learn, and I'm still learning how to master Het Heru's energy in order to bring forth things in my life, how to master that energy in different ways in my life, how to master the central romantic, the loving, the whimsical. Like she is just like, and I have been like that where I'll just be like, oh, I want to run through a field of flowers and just, all love, and just she's just energy, just loving energy, and she just exudes all this love, but it has to be balanced. All right. So you balance this Het Heru energy with all the rest of the psyches on the tree of life, but knowing how to utilize that. And we utilize that via meditation and the chant, coupled with the bandha breathing. So if you're not familiar with the bandhas in the body and how to do that breathing, again, go on Metanetta. I've had my Het Heru CD that I have on. It's been in my car since I bought it in 2016 or 17. I do not take that CD out of my car. And as soon as I get in the car, Von Clean comes on. And if you are familiar with the chant, the mantra with the SARS, then with the Kemetic spirituality, Von Clean. So that comes on. And I'll be in the car, and then I do my bandha breathing. And while I'm doing my bandha breathing, I go into a slight meditation where I'm visualizing. I'm using my Het Heru energy, all right, to not just overtake me, but just so I can be able to manifest my day or manifest things that I need and to rise to my highest self, because I have to master my IO. So, yeah, that's Het Heru, y'all. I got my yellow. I got my pink. I'm bringing in that energy. You see Ganesh back here, and she got her yellow. She got her, what they call a swastika, but it's not a swastika. This was our symbol way before they stole it. And then all of the gold and the pink flower lotus and everything is like it's pink and green, and it's just, the energy from it is just beautiful. So during this time of season, whether your IO is Het Heru or not, I suggest you even just, like I just gave you, learn more information about Het Heru, Oshun energy, how to bring forth manifestations with all aspects of that lower tree of life and how to bring it up to Heru and then ascending to Asar. You can get the Metanetta and learn about the numbers, the colors, the moon, the energy of the moon for the Het Heru season. And then we'll be in the pink moon on April the 13th. I really love that it's pink. That is called the pink moon. But the pink moon is on the full moon. The full moon this year on this Het Heru energy is the pink moon. And that's April the 13th. And so that also is very beautiful. And we're in spring. All right, we're in the energy of spring, and Het Heru is everything that's blooming, that's full of life and emotion and love and romance and couples and relationships and marriage. She's all of that. She brings forth all of that energy. All right. So drink my little mushroom tea this morning. She got out what she wanted to say. I don't think she got nothing else to say. I done went through from Gab to Aset to Sebek to Het Heru. So you all understand the lower tree of life, and it gets you to Heru, and then you go to the middle part and you rise up the tree. And we'll add on next energy we're going into after Het Heru is Heru Kahuti. And Heru Kahuti was my second card in my reading that I got in 2016. And so I also carry Heru Kahuti energy strong as well because I do martial arts and I love martial arts so much. So there's also this fiery energy coupled with this yin feminine energy that I hold as well. But my first card, my IO, is Het Heru. And so you all say space, put up a Heru altar if you feel led to. But first and foremost, the altar is within you. So you can adorn yourself with gold and pink colors and green. Put some, roses or flowers in your home. Bring in that feminine energy. Even the incense that you may burn or the resins that you may burn, bring in that energy of Het Heru. Like I said, get the meta netter, and that way you'll know. Because I can't think off the top of my head. Next time I get on here, I have to have my book. It's over in my altar. I have to have my book and then go through list by list everything that Ron Nefer has put in the meta netter that talks about. A matter of fact, I just gonna do it now. Hold on, y'all. I just gonna do it. Let me get the information on Het Heru, because there's some things that she tells me. There's some things that she tells me she wants, and I just do it. But there's also in the book, and this is the meta netter. You all not familiar with it, and the meta netter pretty much is like a man. You'll always use it. It's like a guide. You will forever be back and forth in this book. So Het Heru. All that strikes us as being beautiful, harmoniously juxtaposed forms in the world is the work of the deity Het Heru. In human life, this natural intelligence manifests itself as artistic expression, social grace, charm, artistic, as well as scientific invention, pleasure seeking, and etc. Het Heru has its seat in the human bodies in the gonads. Its Kemetic name is an indication of this fact. Het Heru literally means house of Heru, Het, like I told you all. Heru corresponds to those solar metabolic phase factors responsible for virilization and masculization of the adult male of the species. The metaphysical force behind the production of androgen. In the Yoruba tradition, Heru is Shango, the patron of kings, who wears pants with exaggerated crotches to show that he outmans all other men. With Het Heru, the emphasis is not on the hot gonadal expression of Heru, but on the cool, peaceful, joyous, refined, charming, sexual arousal and seductive behavior that stimulates the production of estrogen and the female reproductive system. Concealed from the knowledge of majority of people is the fact that sexual arousal is an expression of the arousal of the life force Ra. In fact, during the earliest times in Kemetic history, Het Heru was considered the principal female counterpart of the deity Ra, and therefore the mother of deities. Her dominion over the imagination is the rationale for this association. The sensations of joy and pleasure are expressions of the arousal of the life force, and the images that form the content of the visualizations or daydreams are the spiritual molds and energized thought forms, the elementals of European occultism, that guide the physical forces to the realization of their goals. One more time, so you all can get that, because that was really powerful. I'm gonna go back a little bit. The sensations of joy and pleasure are expressions of the arousal of the life force, and the images that form the content of the visualization or daydreams are the spiritual molds that guide the physical forces to the realization of their goals. That right there, this is page 230 in the Metal Nature. So when you get your Metal Nature, if you want to get it now and go ahead and look up Het Heru, this is very informative. They're talking about the sensations of joy and pleasures. And one of the things that Het Heru does, she finds joy in all things. She finds joy in all things. She's at joy in all things. No matter what, she still has joy in all things. People talk about you behind your back. She finds joy. It's okay. I still have joy in this life. She finds joy in all things. In her role as the imaginative faculty, this is the faculty of our brains, the psyches, the faculties, Het Heru, faculty, you said back as a faculty, or said, ma'at, all of these are faculties of our brain. She is Nebhet, the lordess of the house. This house, of course, is the spirit. This can be easily understood from the fact that all spiritual work must be carried out through the concentration on images in a state of trance. Nebhet, Nebt-het, the lordess of the house. This house is your spirit. All right? You're the lordess of your spirit. You're the lordess of the house of your spirit. And this all spiritual work must be carried out. All. He didn't say something. All spiritual work must be carried out through concentration on images in the state of trance. I'm going to tell you all something. I would do this. I would concentrate on the visualization. I would see it in my mind's eye. I would concentrate it. As a little girl, I remember doing this in high school, and I would bring it forth. I remember it was this, and it's funny. I remember it was this guy that I liked that took, I ain't gonna get too much information. You might see the video, but it was this guy that I liked. And he'll know it's about him. I don't even care. It was this guy that I liked. We ended up dating for years, all the way up to, and we're still really good friends. But I liked him. He didn't know that I liked him. In my mind, I started to concentrate and visualize us being in a relationship. And I sat next to him and I started writing really pretty in cursive. And I said, he's going to say my handwriting is pretty. And he turned to me and he said, you have some pretty handwriting. I was 15, y'all. Don't play no games with when you had a rule, baby. You had a rule. And you always are. You have always been, whether you know it or not. And one on social media then, one about on TikTok telling me about no spirituality and how to use my feminine energy and everything. Like, no, this was something that was already in me. And I did that. Concentration on images to bring forth a realization. He's telling you like this right here. So this is what we do with this Het Heru energy, y'all. This is most important. If you don't get nothing else out of this video, hopefully you're here up until this point. 17 minutes. I'm a time stamp it on here. Images plus aroused life force plus trance. Images plus aroused life force. That's why sex is so powerful. Plus trance equals spiritual realization. Okay? So this is the formula. Images plus Ra, the aroused life force, in trance. Mediumistic or waking, he says. You can be in a mediumistic trance or waking trance. It doesn't matter. Images, aroused life force plus trance equals spiritual realization. So whoever remembers this formula, observes Ma'at, follows Tahuti, identifies with the Sar, will achieve all his needs in heaven and in earth. Baby, that's the key. Boom, bap, boop, boop. I just gave you what it is. If you don't get nothing else from this video, because people would dress up, Het Heru and Oshun, and they'll give you a lot of ego stuff. You need to go get this candle, and you need to go do this, and you need to go do this work, and you need to drink, and you need to have these herbs, and you need to do this at your altar. And he ain't saying nothing about this. I told you what I did when I was 15. I ain't know nothing about no herbs and no candle. My mom was still taking me to church on Sundays and Wednesday night Bible studies. But what I knew, what was in me, was images, emotions, aroused life force, plus trance. Being in trance, I was saying it over and over. I was like, he gonna say my hair right pretty. He gonna say my hair right pretty. I had already visualized it. I was going in trance because I was writing, I was saying it, and I have already put that energy into it. Equals spiritual realization. He said, whoever remembers this formula, observes Ma'at, follows Tahuti, identifies with Asar, will achieve all his needs in heaven and on earth. Powerful. Y'all need to highlight that. In her role as imagination, she is also the eye, Wachet, of Heru. She's the eye of Heru. You've seen the eye. People wear the eye. People wear the eye of Heru. This Wachet, people wear the eye. That is the eye of the will, or simply our ability to visualize what we will achieve. This is powerful stuff, y'all. The Metal Nectar is the book. If you ain't got it, I have to go through it over and over again. You have to take it in bites because this is powerful. When the Kemetic text says that the deities whose bodies were composed of light nourished themselves on the celestial body supplied to them by the eye of Heru, they were referring to the subtle, luminous matter out of which our images are formed. I'm coming to you all from the Metal Nectar, page 229 and page 230. This is the book. You also can get the PDF. If you want the PDF on your phone, I even got this book on my phone. If you want the PDF and you want to download this book to your phone, send me an email, theblackfitwitch@gmail.com, and I'll send it to you. It's the same thing, theblackfitwitch@gmail.com, and I'll send you the PDF. This is something powerful, and this is page 229 and 230, and the formula is written here in the book. So this is all, it's nothing else I need to add to the Metal Nectar. It's nothing else I need to add to Het Heru and who Oshun is. It's right here. I just read it, the whole section. There is a part in here. I'm going to give you all the page numbers so you'll know, because there's a part in here where he goes over each one of the faculties, and he tells you, I've highlighted it. Heru Kahuti I have highlighted, and I know I have Het Heru highlighted, as I told you, I have both. They give you the hekals. The hekals, if you don't know what hekals are, they are words of power. So they give you the hekals, or what people say mantras or words of power. They are hekals, or hekau, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know if I'm saying it right. So on page 287 and 288 in the Metal Nectar, it gives you the planet is Venus. Her day is Friday, of course. Sphere, she's on the sphere, seventh sphere on the tree of life. So it gives you 7. Her number is green. Her colors are green and yellow. Her gems are diamond, zircon, white rose, white coral. Her time of year is the sidereal full moon in Libra and Taurus. All right. You can do baths with yellow roses, honeysuckle, calendula flowers, maiden's hair, parsley, vetiver, spearmint, sandalwood. Her oils are rose, sandalwood, honeysuckle, cinnamon. Her incense are the same as the oils. Then she has the hekaus, ondrong, dream, drong. All right, so you'll have to go through those hekaus and put those in your meditation. All right, she has different emotional traits, mental traits, and social correspondence. So social correspondence, people with the Het Heru incarnation objective may be entertainers. They may be artists. They're usually young women. The beauty, clothing, pleasure. They like in adornment type of industries. All right, I'm in health and fitness, so of course, blah blah blah. Spiritual portfolio. She's joy, she's pleasure, she's imagination, and she's visualization. Okay. Then he goes over the imagery and how to practice. He talks about the formula again, key phrases, biological correspondence when it comes down to your health. All right. We went over a little bit about the gonads, but he goes a little bit deeper. Baby, yes. This book, each month we should each time that there's a season for a different faculty, we need to take portion of this book and go through it. And he goes through how to even use your metanetter oracle cards. So he tells you what you have to do, that you have to, take a bath first before you first do your first reading of the day. You have to put on clean clothes. There's actually words of power you have to say before you do your first reading. He goes deep into explaining how to utilize this. It's not just anything that you just pick up and you just start doing. These are forces. These are energy. These are powers. Everything is energy. You're working with this. This is serious business. This is not just like, I'm just going to play. No, this is invocations. These are energies, okay? So you need to be very knowledgeable about what you're doing before you go into it and really start to utilize this. So it goes in talking about the reproductive organs, spiritual counsel, and then it goes to the next one. But this is on page, Het Heru is from 287 all the way to 290. And then the other page that I was reading was, I believe what that was, 229 and 230 in the metanetter. So boom, boom, boom. Ra'u Nefra Amen. Usually it costs about, I paid $32.95. I got this book from a local bookstore here. But sometimes you can find a copy on Amazon, or you can go to the Asar Aset, AUSAR Aset, AUSAT Society online. There are Asar Aset societies all over the world, not just in the US. He's all over the world. And so you can get this great oracle of Tahuti and the Egyptian system of spiritual cultivation. Okay. And this is the information we need to know for our spiritual cultivation to take us higher. And it's definitely been a guiding light on my spiritual journey with Ra'u Nefra Amen. And I'm still actively learning and studying under Shechem. So thank you so much. Hopefully this has helped you gain more information into Oshun and Het Heru and what this energy really is about and how to really use this energy and not a whole lot of fucking fluff. Because I get tired of hearing a lot of fucking fluff from people who just won't talk about the moon, won't talk about the colors and all that other stuff. And they're not giving you the real deep information about the faculties and the psyche in yourself and how they work together in order for you, like he told you, to receive the manifestation on heaven and in earth. All right. So again, you all have a great Het Heru season. Pink moon coming up. April, I believe is April the 13th. That's the full moon energy. And I want you all to go ahead and get your book and do the work. Peace, high frequencies.